Come
Well,
into
D,
the
who do we
light.
got with us today?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so honored and excited to introduce to you and present to you this rising gospel singer who is blessing the country right now. Her name is Jemila Richardson. How are you this morning,
Hi,
sister?
Jamila.
I'm good. It's Jemila.
Jamila?
I'm good.
Wait a minute.
Jamila.
We said it wrong. It's
It's
Jamila.
Jamila. It's all right.
Wait,
Jamila.
let me do it. Hey, Jamila.
Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
How you doing,
Hey,
girl?
how are you?
We good.
Well,
I'm doing wonderful.
good.
Wonderful.
Welcome to the Wake Up Morning Show with Dr. LT and the Robert Earl Dean Report.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we're gonna get right into it.
Yes.
I just gotta start off by just saying that we really, really, really love your music
Yes.
and love you as an artist.
Yes.
So I want to start
Oh,
off
thank
by
you.
asking you, how did you get started?
Honestly, it's kind of in the blood. My family, everyone in my family pretty much sings or is a musician. Um, got strong quartet background, as
Oh,
you can
yes.
see.
That's some
But
good music.
honestly, it starts in church. It started in church for me.
Okay, what age did it start for you in church?
Um, I was really young. I started playing in church before I started singing. So I want to say
Wow.
probably 10
Okay,
years old.
10 years old. What music? What instrument were you playing?
At that time, violin. I was playing the violin, so I would get all these solos in church because of my dad. And then it moved to cello and bass, string bass, and then eventually I started playing bass in church.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a part of the church's choir. I have strong Kojic roots too. So
Welcome.
back when my
Hey, hey, Kojic.
at my grandfather's church, yeah, we were singing in our good khaki and red shirts.
Yes. The Sunshine Band.
Yeah,
A part of the Sunshine Band.
yes.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Now, we're gonna give you a Kojic test in a minute.
Uh-oh.
But I do want to say, they're like, see, that remind me of my uncle. Y'all come on up here. Now this one's special. She gonna play the violin on the song.
Right, because nobody plays violin that often, so her talent stood out, which I think is wonderful.
And then she went from cello. Then she went to string bass. Then she went to bass. Now they say bass is like the
I tried to play everything
Yeah.
as a child.
But that's a good thing.
yeah. They say bass is a sexy instrument. So let me just ask you this question: you rocking the bass and everything else of that nature. How many people done came up to you like, "Hey, girl, can you want to be in my band?"
Lord, I don't even tell people I play no more. I'll tell you.
But the bass, when the bass
goes
becomes
there.
sexy.
Oh, the bass is the bottom.
But that's the bottom, but the saxophone was known as the sexy instrument. I don't know where you got bass from.
Oh, but yeah, all the
Oh,
bass
you're
players.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Now, sax was good out there in lead, but if you could play a good bass and put that bottom on it, because the bass is what is the bump.
It's the
thump.
foundation,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And everything. So she was the bump, the thump.
So what
Mm-hmm.
so how did you transition into becoming a solo artist and moving forward in that particular ministry?
Honestly, that came a lot later. Like, I want to say I was about 15 when I started taking singing and writing seriously. I've been writing for a long time, but I never would like, oh, I'm going to sing this song that I wrote.
Right.
You could not get me to sing publicly, like in that manner. I would be like, no, no thanks.
So you're more in the
But
background?
literally, it came much later. I have been doing backgrounds for some time. I started singing on praise and worship,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom was helping develop me as a praise and worship leader.
Mhm.
And then I got more comfortable
Mhm.
being able to sing, being able to hear from God, being able to communicate what He's saying to me. So then I started taking the writing seriously. And one of the songs on the album, the first song I ever put out was Blind Traveling. I actually wrote that in 2010. So it was 10 years. It took 10 years almost to get that song out.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah, you know what I say? I want you to know that we love you. Got a pretty hand, but we're gonna need for you to move your hand so we can see your pretty face. There you go. Like you gotta understand. This is like you with Uncle LT and Uncle Robert. We just be right there with you. So let me ask you a question. You have this infectious smile. You have this infectious personality.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how your energy has served you as you've been moving forward as a solo artist.
Honestly, it's been my saving grace. I want to be very honest with you. I guess I have a very bubbly personality,
Yes, you
and it
do.
saves me every time. I remember literally going and doing praise and worship and not knowing. Like, sorry, y'all. I have a kitten, and he likes to just bust into my room and
Right.
excuse me.
Okay.
It's not your interview.
Okay.
But literally, like, it would be something like the track wouldn't start, and I'm like, I was just kidding, but God is still good.
Right.
And I'm telling you, having a good personality saves you sometimes. I'm telling you.
Well, I think it's important because, first of all, your development. I'm listening to how you served in the church. So you went through a process.
hmm
Many people today, these younger generation of artists or musicians, want the
hmm
quick fix. And anything that you get quick don't normally last. I like how you went from
Mm-mm.
the Sunshine Band to the choir to then going forth. So that was your learning ground.
Hold on. Now that you done
hmm
said all of that, let's do the Kojic test. Okay.
Oh,
YPWW stands for.
oh my goodness. It's been so long.
Oh.
Young people,
Oh my goodness.
young people, willing
Oh my
workers.
goodness. That's a throwback. That's true Kojic right there.
Right.
Okay.
I remember hearing it all in the announcement.
Okay. Watch this one.
Lord.
Okay. Here's the next one. Now, if you don't get this one, then we're gonna have to remove your Kojic card. We need you to sing.
Yeah.
Come on, Jemila, you got it.
We
You
need
got
you
it.
to sing
You
the
got it.
Kojic song. Can you sing the Kojic song?
Well, it's two.
Lord have mercy.
It starts
Which
off
one?
with
I know that one.
which one?
And which one are you talking?
No, I want to know which one you
I
talking.
love Jesus.
Oh no,
The storms are raging.
no,
Yeah, all
that
the
ain't,
time.
no. With the Kojic
So
song,
That's the wrong one.
He's talking about the anthem.
Oh, help me, Lord.
This
It's
is
been a
the
while.
church
of
of God in Christ.
Christ. This is
Is
Oh, I
the
know
church
that one.
of God in Christ.
This
Right.
is the church.
okay. We gonna charge it. We're gonna charge it to that you
You
young.
gotta be born in.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know
Okay.
that one.
You caught her off guard too.
Well, no, we gotta ask these questions because when they holler Kojic and she said her grandfather, so we had to really just
Oh yeah.
you
And
know.
bishop. He was a bishop too. God rest his heart. He was a
Really?
bishop too, so I had that.
Now,
What
Bishop,
city?
what?
You got
What
to watch
state?
WW.
What
Bishop
city?
Liddell Thomas.
Oh,
Arthur
okay.
Liddell Thomas.
Okay. I
Mhm,
know
he's
her. I know her
passed on.
grandfather.
Now, place, but yeah.
Okay.
Now, where are you from?
Texas. Actually, I was raised in Texas.
Oh, that's a good place. Yes.
Lord, let me talk about y'all
Mhm.
Texas folks right now.
Uh-oh.
Sis,
Yeah.
sis, sis,
Here he
sis-
goes, Jemila.
Sister Richardson, can I ask this question?
hmm
What's
Yes.
going on with y'all trying to run off the Biden bus off the highway? Can you tell me, was those your
I
people?
have no idea.
I-
They're
I'm-
not my folks.
Okay. Now you in Texas, and they say they breed them bigger and better. Texas got so much great music coming
Yes.
out of it. How have
It's
you
really,
found?
really bad.
Yeah. How have you found your space in Texas? And kind of forged your sound in Texas.
Honestly, I was so young. I haven't been there. It's been about 10 years. I'm now officially a resident of the DMV, specifically Baltimore, but it's hard. I mean, everything that has a voice can sing in Texas, honestly.
Right. You're right.
But being up under so much music and musicality and technique,
Hmm.
I mean, being at the convocations, having to hear the greatest of the greatest
Mhm.
of our time,
Hmm.
the Clark dynasty.
Right.
It's just, honestly, if you get in there, if you make it in, you made it.
Right. Right. It's been blessed, and I tell people all the time,
Absolutely.
the hand that God has put on the Church of God in Christ in the music world, it can't deny it. I mean, if you go even to people that are secular, quote unquote, singing secular that came out of Kojic Church, it still blows your mind that all these people came from that one denomination. But as we talked about, Sunshine Band was a very good foundation. Your church choirs, and when we grew up, and even now, your music department, whether it's a big church or a small church, they take singing very seriously and musicianship. So it kind of
Absolutely.
prepared us for what's to come down the line.
Yeah. So let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you this question. Growing up in the church, growing up playing instruments and all of the things, what do you see in store for you next? Because did you
Hmm.
say you're in Baltimore now?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you see coming up the next, and how in
Yes.
the world did you get to Baltimore?
From Texas.
It's cold.
My mom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
my parents are from here originally. My mother's from New York and my dad's from Maryland, from Glen
Okay.
Burnie specifically.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, it the music here, that's a whole nother animal. The DMV by itself is not to be played with. You've got Jason Nelson,
Right.
Jonathan Nelson.
Anthony
The
Brown.
musicians here, it should at a normal storefront, you're gonna get a full blown production, tracks and all. So
Mhm.
Really?
honestly, I've been blessed to be in two powerhouses for music and music development.
Right. So
The
how'd you get
Tom Mitchells, like everybody's up here.
who produced your project? How did you get to the solo part of becoming a professional recording artist?
So actually, my producer is Morgan Turner. My parents knew Morgan before I did, but I was singing with April Hall.
Hmm.
I was actually the first person I ever sung backgrounds for,
Hmm.
but I was singing with April Hall, and that's when I met Morgan Turner. And from there, I started working with other people like Jimmy. Man, Jimmy is amazing. He vocal produced for some everybody: Jason, Jonathan, Rashawn,
Right.
Miranda Curtis. But coming up under their tutelage, being around, singing a lot, being in the studio a lot, it afforded me an opportunity to, I guess, gain relationships with great producers. And from that, I was able to start working on my solo project with
Hmm.
Morgan, and it's been going ever since.
Wow,
So let
that's
me ask you a
amazing.
question. In every musical family that is come from a musical family, there is the Catherine and there's the Joe Jackson. In your household, who is the Catherine and who is the Joe?
I think my mother is both of them, to be honest.
So you say that your mom plays both roles.
Yeah, she's definitely no. Get up here and sing it right. That's my mom. So,
Okay.
and at the same time, she's the momager. She's the one that's telling, sing that right. Sing from, you need a minister. Sing that better. Do
But
that
that's a
better.
good one.
But
That's
at the same
good.
breath, she's also the soft hand because my dad is also the Joe Jackson too. He's the one. No, you playing this too. You gonna play this. Get this. Pick this up. Mm-mm. So
So
honestly, I had it honest from both parents, both sides.
mhm. So let me ask you this question. Do you have any
Lord,
brothers
I
or
remember
sisters?
that now. Learning how to play the keyboard. My dad's like, read this. I'm like, Lord, I don't even want to play this. I don't like the keyboard. But tell you, once you're a musical child, I mean, it ain't no getting away from it.
Right. I
It's
think
in
I
you.
think that's great.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do. And surprisingly, my little brother also plays bass. It's just bass guitars laying all over the house.
Hmm.
But yeah, my younger brother, CJ, plays bass as well.
So is this the two
Also
of you?
very, very talented.
Is this the two of you?
I have many brothers. I have a lot of siblings, but from my mom and dad, it's me and my brother.
Okay. So does your brother travel with you and tour with you, or how does that family relationship go?
He does not tour with me, but when I get a chance to bring him on, he's always the one playing for me. So
Okay.
Well, I think
that's
that's
a beautiful
wonderful.
thing to be able to call on him.
How old is he?
26, we're out like a year and a half apart.
But you know what? I think that's great to have
But
that support, to have your mom and father, pushing you forward because we need people to push us, and then to have that
mhm,
sibling that will gig and play with you because you don't want to be out there alone. You always feel more comfortable when you can look to the side and see
mhm,
somebody that you're familiar with.
So
mhm,
here's the thing. I'm just asking questions. I want to ask these questions. Now, are those dreads or are those
mhm.
Freds?
These are Freds. I made
Okay.
these. Okay,
Okay. I was just trying to see
these are
because I
my
was going to ask you
Freds.
how long did you take to dread, but you got Freds instead of dread. So that answers my question.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get these Freds together, but they in here. I'm ready to take them out just that quick.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about your latest single. Did you write the single?
Um, there's there's about three of them out. But He Will Supply is actually from the Canton Spirituals.
Really?
I was blessed to have a relationship with Harvey to just talk to him. He gave me the background on the song.
Wow.
And how when they were younger, he always promised that he would sing that song. He's not the original writer to that song, but literally he promised. He said one day if I ever make it, I'm going to record that song, and that's how He Will Supply ended up on the album.
Wow.
So me being a quartet baby, being raised around these amazing trailblazers.
Yes.
That song always stuck with me, and I remember it was my mother's birthday. She had a big old quartet concert for her birthday. You know, you quartet, you got to have a concert.
Yes.
But literally, she said, "No, I want you to cover He Was Applied by Harvey. Sing that." I was like, "Well, Lord, let me find a way to sing this the way I want to sing it."
Right.
And literally, I ended up picking it up a little bit, changing the time signature slightly, and it's been working. And I mean, he's said he loved it. I've heard from a couple artists that are like, you really did justice by this song. I mean, it's a phenomenal song. It's very touching, very moving, and it's been like that for me my whole life. So to be able to introduce it to people that are more my age group that may not particularly like quartet, but to introduce them to the quartet world is awesome. And it's honestly one of my biggest goals is to branch out through music in a way that allows everybody to touch it.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, that
Very good.
we saw this album cover and we threw a flag on the play with this album cover. This album cover is, I mean, I was like, oh my.
Your artwork is dope, girl. Whoever did it, they are dope.
And you
I did it.
Wow.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I did. I did. It took a long time to do because I didn't know what I wanted, but I'm so glad y'all like it. That makes me feel so good.
But all of your artwork,
Yeah.
because I'm an artist too, so I be looking at everybody's covers and your promotional pictures. They are all wonderful. You have represented yourself and presented yourself at such a high level for this to be your first project. I say kudos to you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
And I'm gonna just say that, I saw the cover and I didn't think quartet. I was like, she get ready to give me some R&B and everything else. But when we heard the track, it was like, oh, this is off the chain. But girl, this album cover right here,
It's a good representation.
I might say, I'm gonna call your daddy up and say, Daddy, do you see your daughter up on here? He gonna be like saying, look,
He sure called me about it.
Did he call you about it?
He's like, where your shoes at? Where your shoes at? Oh, God, that's all you saw, Dad.
Right. that was that culture coming out of him, that preacher.
Yep.
I know. He's like, where your shoes?
He's like
traveling. I'm traveling.
Right.
See, I think that when this album cover came out,
Yeah.
your DM just started filling up. Did you have to turn it off?
No, I ain't have to turn it off, but I had a lot of redirecting to do.
Right. So let's tell the fans how they can follow you, and what do you have coming up next during this pandemic? How are you navigating around it?
So Christmas is coming up, and I'm blessed to be a part again of another Enon music group's Christmas. Rhyme and Reason presents another Christmas album for you guys, and I'm actually doing a slightly reggae built song, but I'm covering Emmanuel. Oh come Emmanuel.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. It's amazing. I heard it again today. I'm excited about that. And of course, there's a long list of amazing artists that have come up under this brand. And I'm blessed to be a part of the family. It's really amazing to me that we're literally surrounded by just pure raw talent and awesome gifts and anointed people. And I'm just glad to be counted in that number. I definitely love my Enon Music Group family, my Rhyme and Reason family, even the other groups that I'm a part of, STEMS Music, being able to provide professional backgrounds to people. Music has become the center of my life, okay?
Wow.
But yes, that is coming up Christmas-wise, as well as me making some announcements shortly about some more music coming that it won't be coming very soon, but it'll be on the way.
I thought she was saying she's getting ready to talk about getting
Married or something, right?
Got a special announcement.
Right, she kind of strung us and then boop.
Yeah, she said music. I'm giving birth, but
No,
it's the
not
music.
that.
Right, right. Now, what is Enon? Is it a record label? Is it a promotional company? Is it a marketing company?
It is actually a distribution company. They help us get our music distributed in a good way so that people all over the world can hear it. And Rhyme and Reason is a production company.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not quite a label, but
Mm-hmm.
they work hand in hand to provide immaculate service and get us professional, sounding music and get it distributed the right way.
That's very important.
Excellent, excellent.
Excellent.
Can you introduce your song and we're going to play it and have a little church?
Oh, which one y'all playing? He Will Supply?
He Will Supply.
Oh, well, everyone, again, as we had mentioned, I've been blessed to even, encounter Harvey Watkins Jr. And this song right here is very special to me. If you love quartet, this is for you. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. He Will Supply. Please, please, please share it. Share it with everyone that you know.
Yes.
Again, my name's Jemila Richardson, and this is He Will Supply.
Right here on GODRadio1.com.